What are Instagram insights and how can we use them? So even before delving deeper into the usage of insights, that is how can we utilize them, the most important question is, what are Instagram insights? Instagram insights is basically Instagram giving you all the amazing data of your profile for free. You don't need any third-party tool for that. And all you need to know is absolutely inside your Instagram app. So don't wait another minute and come on inside, because I'm going to share some juicy data details with you that you're going to love and benefit from so much. Come on inside. Hi guys, welcome to Tejal Talks. Today in this episode, we are going to discuss about insights. As you know, we've already shared with you that is why do you need to use insights, because it's a free tool that Instagram gives data to you via, and on the basis of seeing your insights, you will know what are changes you need to make in your content, be it posts or stories or IGTVs or lives, etc. On the basis of the data that you see, you will know how can you improve, how can you get more of the right attention, get the right kind of engagement, and of course, what all can you do to make sure you can convert your clients and customers. If that is your goal, keep listening, keep watching, because I'm going to share one very, very important aspect of Instagram insights today. So first of all, there are two different kinds of insights that you can go and refer to. So there are two different places for this. The first one is that you can go and refer to in the insights section, which is completely separate. And the second is that you can go onto an independent post, an individual post, and click on view insights there to view its insights. Now, the first kind of insights that I'm talking about, as you can see here, is the superset. So we're going to delve deeper into that first, because once you understand this, the second part is very simple and very similar. It just has one or two differences which we'll cover in another video. So this, what I'm talking about right now, is most important when it comes to insights. Okay, now how to access it? First of all, basically just open your Instagram app, and in the bottom right corner, you will have an icon with your profile picture that will take you to your profile. You have to just click on that and then click on the three bars on the top right corner of your screen, just like this. And then on the second tab is basically insights. Just click on it and you land into this beautiful world of data, which is going to help you. And you're going to benefit from it so much. So here there are three tabs. One is content, one is activity, and one is audience. Today we're going to talk about the first tab majorly, which is content. The first part of it, as you can see, is overview. Now overview is the total number of posts plus stories you shared in the last 1 week, in the last 7 days. This is not something very major that you need to check. It's just for an idea for yourself that you can remain consistent. If you do say 50 things, then every week you are near that, like 40 to 50 to 60 maximum. If you're doing 60 in 1 week, 20 in 1 week, it's very inconsistent. So just make sure you're consistent. And sometimes if you're doing a mini training, it might take more stories, so it might add more elements, and that's okay. So that is why you don't have to fret over the overview column. Come down on to posts. Now posts is a major thing that we're going to discuss about, and this is all we're going to talk about today, because it's a big, huge world in itself, and it's really critical and really important. Okay, we'll resume. So in posts, if you click on the see all button, all your posts will open, and there are three filters in the top left. As you can see, I've taken my phone so as to guide you step by step as to what I'm discussing. And now if you see, this is basically all your data in the past 1 year that you've posted, filtered in the decreasing order of reach. The three filters that I'm talking about here are all 1 year and reach. So if you click on all, which is the first filter, you'll see the options available there, which is carousel posts, which is photos, shopping posts, videos, and all. So what does it mean that if you want to see data and compare only the videos for the past 1 year or any time frame that we'll select in the second filter, you can actually arrange in decreasing order of the third filter, which is reach in this case, which is by default. So right now all was selected, but if you want, you can just click on carousel posts and see how your carousel posts have performed with reference to each other, and what worked in case of reach and what worked in case of other filters we're going to come to. So likewise, if you click on photos, you can compare all the graphical posts which are not carousel, not shopping, and not videos. And then you can compare all the shopping posts, and you can compare all the videos. Say you did some changes to your IGTV videos or other videos, and you just want to see and compare their data with respect to each other. Then you click on videos, and you can adjust the time frame as per your choice and actually see how your videos have performed and how has that change impacted the results. That is, has impacted the data. Okay, so this is the first aspect of it. We've covered it all. You can also use a mix and match of all these filters. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on all so that it's back to the default settings and we can move on to the second filter. Okay, the second filter is the time frame. By default, 1 year is selected. You can go up to a maximum of 2 years and minimum of 7 days. So it's like 7 days, 30 days, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and 2 year. So if you want to see data for the longest period of time, that will be like 2 years. Click on it and see the reach of all your posts in decreasing order, because all and reach are selected. So here all you can change is the data for the time. So basically 2 years, 1 year, like that. I would suggest if you're doing some changes to your specific kind of post and you want to check how that changes have impacted the data that you've got, the results that you've got, then check for that particular time period. If it's 3 months, click on 3 months and check for 3 months. If it's just 30 days, click on 30 days and see the data for last 30 days. Likewise, if you have done some changes for this week, or you just want to check for the post that you've done this particular week, then select 7 days and you will get a comparative data of how your content has performed this week, what performed better, what did not do so good. So you can go to each independent post and see if something is doing better in terms of reach or engagement or X number of metric that we're going to come to. Why is that? Is that because what time was it posted? What day was it posted? And then what was the call to action? Why were people taking that action? Have I mentioned it in call to action? Likewise, you can actually analyze your posts which have performed amazingly well and try to replicate that in the content you create now onwards. That is how you use insights. Okay, now the third most critical filter. I'm just going to shift it back to 1 year, the second filter for now, so that it's all adjusted to by default setting. Okay, now the third filter is reach is selected by default, and we're going to discuss all of these. If you click on it, a list opens in front of you from A to Z, arranged alphabetically. We'll go from top to bottom. Let's start with calls. So basically, if you click on calls is your posts arranged in the decreasing order of calls. That is how many people went from your post to your profile, and then if you had put in your number there, gave a call on that number. So this generally works very well for local businesses, restaurants, or places that have their number listed. Like I have not shared my number, so I'll get 0 calls, but in case you have, do make sure to check what particular posts have incited people to go and actually click on the call button and give you a call. Next particular tab in this particular filter, it's comments. So now comments, as you all know, is a lot of people who have commented on your post in a decreasing order. So you will see if you have 1 year selected by default, how many people have commented, which post got the maximum comments in a decreasing fashion. If you want to change the particular time frame of your time of study, you can basically select 30 days or 3 months or 6 months or 7 days even, and see which posts are garnering the maximum number of comments, so that you can replicate it. You can replicate the call to actions and the hook statements to generate similar engagement or similar comments in the upcoming posts as well. And that is how you use comments. Coming on to the next is emails. So if you have emails which are critical to your business, like for brand collaborations or for influencers, you can go and check how many people have gone from a particular post to your profile and then clicked on that email button and actually sent you an email. Since this is not a call to action that I use, it's not a critical metric for me to check. But if you use emails actively and you ask people to send you an email as a call to action, then definitely go and check out how many people have emailed you from which particular post. Moving on, the next is engagement. Now, engagement is a combination of likes, comments, saves, and shares. So we're going to talk about each of them independently, like we've already done for comments. But engagement as a metric will give you all of the data together. So that is why we want to know which of our content has generated maximum engagement when it comes to the combination of all 4 of them. But if you need a breakup, you need to go to independent metrics like likes, comments, saves, and shares. Okay, moving on. The next is follows. So basically from your post, how many people went onto your profile and hit that follow button. So this is most beneficial when you use hashtags, because you are getting discovered by new accounts. So how many new accounts saw your post, then because they liked your content so much, they went onto your profile and hit that follow button. This will give you a lot of idea as to why are people following you, so that you can replicate that in other hashtags and other posts as well. Moving on to the next one, it's get directions. So get directions again works for local businesses very well, because they have their exact address in place. It works amazingly well for salons, for restaurants, for cafes, because you want people to actually click on that get directions and walk or drive towards your location. That is how relevant it is. Since it's not relevant for my business, again, it's not a metric that I've put in, because I don't have an exact location I want people to drop in by. I am an online business, but in case it's relevant to you, definitely put in an exact location, because this is going to generate a lot of inquiries for you and a lot of people dropping in, because that's what we want, right? So make sure you keep a check on this get directions metric as well, in case you're a local business or your location specific business. Next is impressions. Because impressions and reach are commonly confused, I'm going to share and talk about reach versus impressions right here. So impressions is the total number of times your content was seen, while reach is the total number of unique accounts that were reached via your content. Reach and impressions work the same for stories as well as posts. Because we are discussing posts here, I wanted to refer that they are of similar nature in stories, exactly similar. So if you can understand reach and impressions, it will work at each different location or for all forms of social media that you want to study content on. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick example to make it even more clear for you. So basically, if you posted a post or a story and I am the viewer of it, and if I saw your post 10 times, say 3 times it was shown to me on my feed, and then 7 times I actually went back to and checked out your post, then the reach that I will account for in your total reach will be 1. Like my reach for your account will be 1, and my impressions for your account will be 10 overall. It will count all 10 of them, irrespective of the fact that it was shown to me by Instagram or I went there purposely. Basically, 10 times I saw your account, so that means 10 is the impressions. But because I'm seeing it only with 1 account, that means the reach still remains 1. That's about it. If you have questions about this, feel free to drop them in the comments and I'll get back to them. Okay, after impressions is likes, and likes is something which is the most common double tap feature that we all know about Instagram, and I'm not going to elaborate on that. But you can arrange the post that got the highest number of likes in decreasing order with respect to the time frame that you are checking with this particular table of filters. Okay, moving on, the next is profile visits. So how many people went on from that particular post to your profile and just gave it a visit? Not necessary that they followed you, they might already be following you. It's just that they tapped on your profile picture and went on to your profile from a particular post. So this is something that we want to be maximum, because people, once they visit our profile, either they follow us if they are an unfollower, or they check us out, and or they see our multiple other types of contents, for which we will get a wider reach and a wider range of impressions and eventually a wider engagement as well, which is our goal, right? We want more eyeballs on what we're doing. So that's how this works. Moving on, the next is reach. Reach is something we just discussed. If you have questions, please drop them in the comments. The next is saved. So basically, saved is how many number of people actually clicked on the bottom right icon on your post and saved it to their personal wallets to go view it again and again. Saves is something which a lot of people do for content they want to revisit. So if you're sharing educational content or content that will help them later on as well, they will definitely share it. So by seeing the number of saves, you will know what sort of content are people liking enough to save it in their personal wallets. Generally, a lot of educational content is shared as well as saved, which is very different when it comes to shares as a metric, which I'll come back to. But educational content gets a lot of saves and shares. Make sure you're studying each type of content of yours that's getting shares and saves, because that is overall impacting your engagement and making it higher, which is positively impacting your algorithm. Okay, moving on, the next is shares. So if you notice, as compared to educational content, entertainment content gets a lot of shares but not as much saves, because people want to share with the content they can relate with, they can make fun of, they can play with other people, but they'll not necessarily save it. So you have to maintain a good balance between content that gets a lot of shares and gets a lot of shares or saves together, which is educational versus entertainment or relatable content. So shares is basically how many number of people clicked on that airplane arrow next to their like and comment button on a particular post and shared it either on their story or with other people. That is content that's getting attention, which is very good for your profile and business. Okay, moving on, after shares is text. Basically, how many people clicked on your profile, went to your profile and clicked on that text button. Again, this will work only if you have your number in there for people to go and text you on. In case you don't, this is not an important metric for you. In case you do, in case you're a local business, in case you're a business that requires people to text you and you use that as a call to action, do make sure you check this out. The last is website clicks. Basically, Instagram names it as website, but it's actually link in your bio. It could be any link. If you're giving it as a call to action, If you're asking people to go to your link in your bio to check out your YouTube, to check out your lead magnet, to register and become a lead for you, to check out any link you're sharing, and you've actually given that as a call to action in a post, definitely go and check out how many people are listening to you and going to your link in bio and clicking on that, because that's what we've asked them to do, and that's what this particular metric will record. So there it is. We've discussed all about the different kinds of filters for posts, and similar to this, if you're interested in knowing more about Instagram Insights, comment below, because this is just one part of Insights. And I talk about Insights along with these. There are so many other insights that I talk about inside my Instagram Insights webinar, which is a part of Slayogram, my signature program for growing on Instagram. That is getting the right target audience, getting the right kind of followers, and then converting those particular followers to clients, because that is what the goal is. If you'd like to know more about my program that helps you grow your business and scale your business, literally skyrocket it using Instagram, then definitely go and check out slayogram.com or comment below and I'll share the details with you. Now, if you like this video, make sure to like it, share it with your friends, family, and anyone you feel will benefit from it, and comment to let me know what else you'd like for me to make content on. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well as the tiny bell that is in there in the corner for you to be notified every next time we post a new video. Now, if you'd like to know more about social media, Instagram marketing, digital marketing, online businesses, and more, don't forget to check out these two videos. These are my two very beautiful content pieces that I'm sure are going to help you out. So check them out and leave me comments below. I'd love to read and get back to you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Take care.